Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. Yep, you and me together again, and we have to talk. All right, so it is Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. People, the reason why we have to talk is we're about to see something occur here. Something I've warned about for a very, very long time, but you are about to witness it. What am I talking about? I have been explaining to you that a new set of rules are coming, a new paradigm, a new cycle of debt unlike anything we have ever seen before. Let me back up a moment. The last two presidents, Barack Obama and President Trump, both of them are responsible for allowing the Federal Reserve to become the most powerful organization on the earth. Both of these presidents have caused the Fed to do whatever they want, to print debt, dollars out of thin air in amounts that I think, no one really even can put their head around. Again, the mainstream media doesn't talk about it. The Federal Reserve nearly doubling its balance sheet last year. But we haven't seen anything yet. Nothing, zero. Joe Biden is about to take whatever Biden did and Trump did and double it. And double it. All you're hearing right now out of the mouth of Biden is more debt, and more debt on top of that. Every member of his inner circle now, same narrative. More debt, more debt. What does this do? How does it work? When a central bank is allowed to issue more debt, they become exponentially stronger. Not just in a linear fashion. It goes parabolic, okay? I warned everyone that this was going on here. Again, there was a lot of misinformation, a lot of fake news. I don't know where it was coming from, that President Trump was going to bankrupt the Fed by allowing the Fed to run amok. I warned everybody that this was completely wrong. The more debt the central banks are allowed to issue, the stronger they become. And this is why many people, so-called patriots, sat on their hands and did nothing. Meanwhile, I was out here trying to warn people, trying to explain to them the mechanism that was going on. That no, we're not bankrupting the Fed. We're allowing the Fed to get stronger. And now they are the most powerful organization on the earth. And Joe Biden is about to finish it. Joe Biden is about to finish this with regard to massive, massive, massive debt issuance via the Federal Reserve. It's incredible now. It's so unbelievable that even to me, and I study this stuff around the clock, I just can't believe it. It really is. We have allowed this to happen. But you and me, if you follow this blog, and you haven't been in a delusional state, thinking about arrests that were going to happen, that the Federal Reserve was going to go down, that Mexico was going to pay for the wall, that we were going to take in trillions in tariff money, we didn't take in a dime, that there was a real China deal. If you've been following the blog, you knew all this was fake. You knew all of it was propaganda. It was all look here, don't look here. The booming economy narrative, we never had a booming economy. Never. I don't care what just came out of the president's mouth with his farewell address. We never had it, and he knows that. All we did was borrow and borrow more. There was no money velocity here. You cannot have an economic boom or recovery without the money velocity moving up. But you see, you're not supposed to know that either. Anyway, doesn't matter. The situation is grave. The situation is, again, a new debt paradigm like you have never seen before in the history of the world. A stock market bubble, which is beyond belief, built on the back of a Frankenstein monster, which is the debt bubble. It's unstoppable at this point. But again, this is a setup. It's a setup because we are in the midst of the largest wealth transfer in the world has ever seen. We are in the midst of a slave society. The deliberate creation of a slave society. People dependent on the government. And the worst part of it is, like I've been covering it, this is what people want. This is what people want. They want, and they're willing to give up any rights and liberties they might have just so they can be taken care of from cradle to grave. This is a new paradigm, people, and a new set of rules. Like I told you from I don't even know how long ago. It's all unfolding before your eyes, right before your eyes. And unfortunately, like I said, there are people that want it. There are people that want it. So what we can expect, again, moving forward is very simple. It's all about debt. It's the only thing supporting the stock market, a slave society on an incredible scale, a willing slave society, sheep that are willing to line up and be taken care of from cradle to grave because, again, that's the environment they've been thrown into. We're in a deliberately induced economic collapse. President Trump knew it. He couldn't tell you the truth. President Trump had to distract you. China. Remember that? Never was true. It's the central banks. He should have been pointing his finger at the central banks, more specifically at the Federal Reserve, but no. He had to, again, allow the Federal Reserve to continue to do what it did. Not only continue, call for a weaker dollar, call for negative rates. And that's going to happen too under this new guy. So things that we have to watch out for everywhere. But what does that mean? It means opportunity, people, at least from a financial standpoint. Okay, you and I are in a position of power like you cannot believe. If we look, I've outlined this all for you for years, and everything I said would happen did. So I can tell you with a near complete certainty that what I am telling you now and here is going to continue. What does it mean? Assets like the stock market. We're going to see it balloon, not just because of mass debt expansion, because we're going to see a multiple expansion moving forward. In other words, the amount that an investor is going to be willing to pay for its share of stock is going to expand under the new debt paradigm. And that's where we're going right here, in this new slave society of extreme haves and extreme have-nots. The have-nots, the people in the middle class, are going to the lower rung. That target I told you was on your face for years. You didn't believe me. You thought President Trump was going to save you. Well, it just got tattooed on your face. You can't take it off. Can't take it off. So your only alternative is to understand the environment where you're in and capitalize on it, or become a slave. And I don't think you want to be a slave to the new system. The new slave system is here. Okay, but you can take advantage of it by understanding how to do that. Again, from Bitcoin, $2,700. I told you to get on that bandwagon. I said, buy it, people. I said, buy it. All right, we hit 42,000. We're coming down here. We're down to like 33,000. Are we going to retest that low? Maybe. Maybe we are. This would be a third retest. We'll see. If we break through that, we'll talk at that particular point. I mean, to the downside. Look, the environment of risk, and that's what's being fostered here by massive debt acquisition, printing cash out of thin air by the central banks, is going to vault the market higher. That means cash is going to make its way into the stock market. There's just no doubt about it. That's the way it plays out. You have risk-on environments, risk-off environments, risk-on environments, risk-off. If you know all about cycles, if you have my new book, A Not So Random Walk on Wall Street, you can get it right from my website, traderschoice.net. You know all about this, and you're laughing at what you're seeing right now because it's all there. Everything I told you, everything I know about trading in the markets is in my new book. That's the truth. Anyway, people, look, I hope you understand where we're at. I hope you know where the opportunities are. Again, massive debt expansion. What does it mean? Bet against the debt. Become your own central bank. And I don't care what they do to gold. I don't care what they do to silver with regard to price action. I don't even care what they do to cryptocurrencies with regard to price action. They're going higher, much higher. I told you, expect volatility, all right? Especially with silver and especially with cryptocurrencies. Gold is more stable, okay? But silver and cryptos are all over the place, okay? That's just the way their price action works. But there's opportunity here, people. And with regard to the market, me and my lions, I told you already. My lions, this is for you. If you thought last year was good, forget about what's going to happen this year. Forget about it. We're going to destroy this market like you have no idea. So just be ready for it. All right, people, with that said, I'm going to let you go. Kind of a long video. Just one more time. Take advantage of this because it's not going to last. Joe Salente and I have set this up for you. 20% discount to the Trends Journal. I sincerely hope you take advantage of this. I don't get a dime out of it. Again, I believe in Joe Salente's work. I believe in the Trends Journal, or I wouldn't write for the Trends Journal. And I write for the Trends Journal 100% for free. So again, in the description of this video, there is a code there. Save 20%. I strongly suggest you take advantage of it. All right, with that said, people, I'm out of here. Love you a lot. See you later.